And of course, she has actually, she's been part of a lot of angel funding and startups, and I don't know, there's so much to cover about her that I'm honestly at loss for words. For me, it's only the comfort level that she puts us in when she talks to us, and the ease in the way the ideas are communicated to us. So, Jaya ma'am, is this the right time? Should we start, or
yes? Have all the members joined in?
Kavita, Bhavika, Purvi, what do you guys suggest? Should we start?
Yes, we can absolutely start.
Okay, over to you, Jaya ma'am. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you, Nisha. Such a wonderful and a sweet introduction of mine by you. And I would also like to thank you, Nisha, for inviting me over and connecting me to people who are looking forward to certain hand-holding in one or the other form. Then Bhavika, thank you so much. We had such a lovely interaction on planning this session. So I would request all the members present that we all should be participative. Why participative? Because if you keep things and don't ask, कहते हैं ना, बिना पूछे कुछ नहीं मिलता. एक माँ भी अपने बच्चा जब रोता है तभी दूध पिलाती है ना, हाँ या ना?
Yes.
True na? So yes. Let's all make it a point of asking more. The more you ask, the more interactive it will be. And किसी भी तरीके का कोई भी सवाल हो, ये नहीं सोचना है पूछिए या नहीं पूछिए, पूछना है. Any question, any doubts coming to your mind, ask. There is nothing as a small question or a large question or a sensible question. Question is a question. A doubt coming to you, ask. No hassles with that, and understand. So I'll just give a small intro about what added on with Nisha said. I'm the director of ANGC Group India Private Limited. We are business consultants helping startups, business owners, and all the industries who want to set up their industry in Madhya Pradesh. Plus, all the startups who are looking forward to growing their business to the next level. Be a small thing of making a PAN card or an MSME certificate to getting a loan. A loan can be of 5 lakhs to 5 crores also, or 500 crores also. We handle everything. So I can say that I'm also a startup mentor. I mentor students in various colleges and who are startups. There are some students who are patents also. So we mentor them. So now today what we're talking about is about startups. So I would also want the chat box to be activated for everybody, so that they can talk to me via chat box. Nisha, that is your look. The chat box is activated so that people ask questions. My question to all of you is, which language are you comfortable with? Hindi or English?
Hindi.
English.
Both. Hindi, English. Both.
You can use our typical Indian English language, Hindi more.
That's
and
awesome.
English.
That's awesome. Anybody else?
English.
English. Best. Only 4 5.
Both. No, chat is showing both the languages.
Fine.
Okay. So let's have an English language today and understand as to what a startup is. Can anybody tell me who is a startup and what do you understand by startup? Just unmute yourself and tell me. Who is a startup?
Startup is a hello ma'am, I'm Rinku Saraudi.
Yeah.
Startup is a new idea. We have got the new idea and we want to take it as a business. So that is a startup.
Okay. That's a fantastic one. Yes. Anybody else?
A startup, usually it's a business which is usually bootstrap, and it is, I mean, they have all the ideas. They may they may or may not have gone into the production stage or to the market, but they have all the ideas in place.
One question I have here. What do you understand by bootstrapped?
Bootstrapped is where you put your own money into your business.
Okay. So now let's first understand as to what is a startup. Before I begin to make you understand as to what a startup is, I would here say one thing, that whenever you are starting a business, all the women entrepreneurs, all the people who are there and looking into and understanding that I have to start a business, छोटा हो बड़ा business हो या बड़ा business हो, कुछ चीजें होती हैं जो बहुत जरूरी है एक बिजनेस को चालू करने से पहले. पहला है उसमें बहुत जो इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हमने मार्केट रिसर्च किया क्या हमने मार्केट को समझा कि मार्केट में उस चीज की डिमांड है. आज हम महिलाएं कई बार बोल जाती हैं कि मैंने बड़ी और पापड़ का मार्केट तो इंडस्ट्री तो चालू किया, बिजनेस चालू किया, लेकिन चल नहीं रहा है. अब चल नहीं रहा है तो जहां है हम, जिस इलाके में हैं हम, क्या वहां उस चीज की जरूरत है, क्या वहां वो चीज चलेगा, इसका मार्केट रिसर्च करना बहुत जरूरी. हर महिला जब एक काम को चालू करती है, क्या करती है, एक बिजनेस 10 लोगों से बात करके चालू कर लिया तो एक मार्केट रिसर्च छोड़ देती है. तो मेक इट अ फर्स्ट पॉइंट दैट फर्स्ट डू अ मार्केट रिसर्च, then make a clear plan of your goals, the strategies and the action plan. How many of you write down what business or what your goal is? Anybody? How many of you write down as to what your goal is, what is your plan, or what is your day activity? Anybody does? Very rarely. With women, we see that this is the rare thing we do. Oh, wonderful. So understand that, yes, we should write down our idea. Don't just think. Write down a clear business plan, a goal, a strategy, and an action plan. What will happen is when you write down is your thought processes will tell you that this is where you're going is right and which is wrong is also wrong. It will come across. हम लिखना चालू करेंगे तो हमें समझ में आएगा क्या सही है क्या गलत है. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट जो आपको समझना जब आप एक बिजनेस चालू कर रहे हैं वो है हमारा टारगेट ऑडियंस क्या है, हमने उस टारगेट को पहुंचना कैसे है. सबने Nykaa का नाम सुना है, right? Can anybody share with me what Nykaa does and what Nykaa is into? What does Nykaa do?
Nykaa is taking products from the other companies and selling on its platform.
Plus they have their own brand.
Plus they have their own brand.
Yes.
They have their own brand. So what they did is they took multiple brands from others and also made their own brand. And would you believe that it's a startup and it's a unicorn? Why? Because they have developed themselves a place where all the cosmetics, all the lipsticks, all the eyeshade, whatever a female wanted, that can be had in one store. Otherwise, what used to happen? There was a Lakme store, they used to only have Lakme products. There was a Maybelline store, they used to have only Maybelline products. So in Nykaa, if you go to the store, you'll get Maybelline also, you get Nykaa also, you get Lakme also, you get other brands, Sugar also. So there are multiple brands available there. So similar way, you have to, yeah.
I have a question. Question. But Nykaa is keeping their products as well as the products of other brands.
Yeah.
So where is the advantage to Nykaa for its own products?
I'll tell you that. I'll come to that. I'll come and we will have the question answer at the end so that we understand what I'm coming to, right? Yes, Babita, clear? I'll tell you. In Nykaa's case, they're keeping their products also because they know that the clients who have used their products, the quality is good and they will come and buy the repeat products. Once a client uses the product, they come for the repeat. So the moment they see Nykaa, they come and ask me, do you have a Nykaa, this thing, or a lipstick, or a blush, anything? So they will buy it. So it is always that a combination of products sells out. And the stores where they have opened across is they have targeted the audience and created a marketing plan. They have not just jumped into it. If you look into it, the Nykaa stores are always at a places where there are multi-cultured and multi-product requirements. They have not done it at a single airport. They don't have a multi-store. They have their own product store. So they know that they will be selling their products. Then, when I talk about a startup, everybody will be having a brand identity and an online presence. When I say brand identity, if I ask many of you, everybody knows sugar, right? Sugar in cosmetics is known now. Can anybody tell me as to how sugar came to be known? And why sugar is known? Anybody? How come we all know sugar?
By its popularity, advertisement.
By popularity, advertisement. By, we all watch one channel. That is
social media.
Shark
Social
Tank.
media.
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
Yes. With Shark Tank, what happened? Because she was knowing how to make her brand identified, brand to be known. What she was in the Shark Tank, and everybody now knows sugar in the cosmetic segment. Otherwise, majority of the people were not aware of it. People have started understanding. So the brand identity and online presence. Then if you're into service industry also, make your services in such a way that people come back to you. Your financial planning and the legal requirements. This 8 points, if you want, you can take a screenshot also. I don't mind it. But these 8 points are very important when you are planning a business for yourself. When you plan a business, that means you need to have this 8 points in line very clearly. Am I clear to all of you?
Yes.
Thank you, Purvi. Now we are talk about what is a startup. Startup is a business startup where it has to be a unique idea that can be scalable and grown. Like we have this pencil. This pencil is available for everybody. If I say that I start manufacturing this pencil in a place where it is not available, is not a startup. It is a business startup, but it is not a startup. But if I change this pencil model from wood to maybe plastic or to something else, then I can call it with, or maybe I can attach some AI-based app into it. Anything that is a new idea which is incorporated into this with a scalable level. Understand, any business has to be scalable. Scalable का मतलब है कि हम उसको बढ़ा सकते हैं, आगे ले जा सकते हैं, उसके साथ साथ हम लोगों को रोजगार दे सकते हैं और लोगों को आमदनी मिलेगी. आप अपनी ग्रोथ भी करेंगे और एक ब्रांड आइडेंटिटी करेंगे, तब ये स्टार्टअप होगा. स्टार्टअप अभी क्लियर है आपको? स्टार्टअप का मतलब है कि एक नया आइडिया जिसको आप बहुत आगे तक बढ़ा सकते हैं, स्केल कर सकते हैं, जिसमें आप 10-15 लोगों को रोजगार दे सकते हैं. इसके साथ साथ ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आपने ऐसा कोई भी सामाजिक परिवर्तन लाए हो उस प्रोडक्ट में. A new idea that creates an identity to the product which is scalable and is also giving a social change. Like we all are females here. I'll take the very, if we go 30 years back, our grandparents, it was a cloth that was used during a menstrual cycle. Then came in sanitary pads which was cotton. Cotton developed into a better one with shields, gels available. And then that got developed into another category, that is a smaller size, larger sizes, a plastic shield at the bottom, which is not damageable. Then now it is menstrual cups. So anybody who started this, the idea that was started for a menstrual cup is a startup, which is scalable, which is also giving jobs to the employment to the other person, plus a societal changes is there, because this is not harming the society. Pollution is not taking place. Plastics is taken care of. The gel that was used is being taken care of. So a clear startup is identification of a new business line and growing it to a scalable. And understand one thing, if it is a new idea and you're planning to scale up, it is very important that you register yourself with Startup India. A registration with Startup India has to be there. Am I clear till here?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So the difference, what I will share here as to what is the difference between a startup and a small business is, startup is funding requirements and small businesses on steep revenue businesses. That is the funding part differences that is there. If you look at the growth expectations, startups have a principle and they are scalable. Small businesses will be at a small pace, on a steady pace, and it is a long-term business plan. And in a startup, the risk factors are high. You would be increasing the new invention. The risk factor is so very, very high. In small businesses, it is a already tested and tried business. So the risk factor is less. These are the major difference between a startup and a small business. Now, this is what I was talking about, DPIP. That is the Startup India recognition. How many of you know as to what a startup registration or how a startup registration has to be done? Any idea? Purvi is nodding no. Anybody else? I will start asking by name then if the people do not respond. Anybody knows how a startup registration is done or how it has to be incorporated? What is startup registration?
Ma'am, trade license. We have to take the trade license.
You have to take a trade license. Thank you, Rinku, at least being participative. Anybody else?
No, majority of them, they do not have any ideas for the chat box.
Okay.
Register in MSME. MSME.
Okay. Wonderful. So as per the chat boxes messages, I read it across by many people. There is a lot of opinion. So now let's understand one thing, that what is a DPIP? As a startup registration. To make yourself a startup, you need to have few things. That is a private limited company or a limited liability company can only be a startup. Limited liability company partnership, that is a LLP, limited liability partnership company, or a private limited company. Private limited can be one person company also. So these are the only two people who are known to be a startup. For registration into startup, you need to have only these two companies. Then once it is registered, there is a Startup India site. The government of India has a Startup India where you can go and register yourself as a startup. Once you register as a startup, it's a long documentation that needs to be done. Once you register as a startup, you will get a DPIIT number. That is a DPIIT IT recognition number. And that is when you will be known as a Startup India. Am I clear? Did you understand? Let the chat box buzz so that I can understand that all of you are understanding. Did you understand?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. You could understand. Now, once that you have got a DPIP recognition and you are a startup, you will understand that you would have made a pitch deck. So once you have, a pitch deck is very simple document. That means you are able to give your business presentation, your businesses, what is your business doing, how it is being recognized, what is the people you are helping out, how, why, what, when. These are the questions that is answered, and it's a very simple presentation of 10 to 12 slides. That's it. A pitch deck is. It is not very hectic, not very difficult, plain simple. छोटी सी भाषा में बोले तो एक बिजनेस जब आप कर रहे होते हैं, आपको पता होता है कि आप उस बिजनेस को क्यों कर रहे हैं, क्या क्या करने वाले हैं उस बिजनेस में कैसे आमदनी आएगी, कैसे पैसा आएगा, उसको, उस बिजनेस को करने से आप कितना सामाजिक परिवर्तन लाएंगे और आपको कितना फायदा होगा. यही एक पिच डेक होता है. इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं. सिर्फ 10 से 12 स्लाइड होते हैं और इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं होता. एक डीपीआईपी के लिए एक पिच डेक भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि आपके पास डीपीआईटी आ गया और आपके पास पिच डेक है, तो आप स्टार्टअप के एडवांटेज और बेनिफिट सरकार ने जो हमें दी है वो लेने के लिए आप आगे कदम बढ़ा सकते हैं. कोई भी फायदा जो हमें सरकार दे रही है, उसको फायदा लेने के लिए आपको ये 2 चीजें बनाना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अब हमें सरकार क्या फायदा दे रही है ये भी तो जानना जरूरी है. जानना है आपको?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
ग्रेट.
Yes, ma'am.
अब देखते हैं. यस, बहुत सारे यस आ गए आपके पास.
Yes.
ग्रेट. अब हम समझते हैं कि 2020 की जो स्टार्टअप पॉलिसी है, उसमें एक स्टार्टअप को क्या क्या फायदा मिल रहा है. इसमें आप देखेंगे, अगर आपने एक बिजनेस में कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट किया, जैसे आपने कंपनी बनाया था, एक प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी बनाई, तो 50,000 के करीब पर आपका खर्चा हुआ, तो उस 50,000 से भी आपको लगभग 10 से 15,000 रुपए सरकार वापस दे देती है. इसके अलावा आपने जो 18,000 मतलब 15% जो है 18,000 रुपए आपके पास सेबी रजिस्टर्ड होता है, तो वो भी वापस पैसा आ जाता है आपको सब्सिडी के रूप में. दूसरा, अगर एक महिला उद्यमी है, if it's a women entrepreneur, you get additional 20% for startups by women. In what all forms? Like if you're going to apply for a bank loan, you will get the advantage there. If you're going to apply for a patent is something means you have an innovative design made and you're getting it patented because it is your innovative design, और इसमें इस दुनिया में किसी ने नहीं वो डिजाइन बनाया है. और आपको मान लीजिए मैंने एक बुटीक खोला अपने लिए, और उसमें मेरे साथ 15 लोग काम करते हैं, और उस बुटीक में मैंने कुछ AI बेस्ड या आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस बेस्ड डिजाइनिंग का प्लेटफॉर्म बनाया, जिसमें कि मेरे को डिजाइन करके देना या कोई भी चीज करके देना. मैंने एक इनोवेटिव ये लगाया कि मेरे जो बिजनेस है इसमें इनोवेशन जो है मेरा आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस बेस पे है, और मैंने अपने लिए एक बुटीक का काम खोला. ठीक है, बुटीक इज समथिंग विच रिलेट्स टू विमेन वेरी इजिली, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम टेकिंग दिस एग्जांपल. अब इस बुटीक को खोलने के बाद मैंने अपना इन्वेस्टमेंट किया. पहला 50,000 किया एक प्राइवेट कंपनी बनाने में, जो कि मुझे वापस कर दिया गवर्नमेंट ने कि चलो आप 15% पैसा वापस, 20% पैसा वापस ले लो, आप महिला उद्यमी हो, आपने इतना खर्चा किया. तो 50,000 का 20% मेरे पास वापस आ गया पैसा, 10,000 वापस आ गया. फिर पेटेंट तो मेरे पास कुछ था नहीं, क्योंकि ड्रेस में डिजाइनिंग में पेटेंट करने में बहुत चैलेंजेस होते हैं. आई सेड आई विल नॉट गो इन फॉर पेटेंट एंड ऑल, but I have 15 members as my employees, and the place which I have taken for my boutique I am paying a rent of say 40,000. So if I'm I've taken a place of 40,000, 50% of that rent will be taken up by the government. Government will pay the rent of 50% that is being spent by me. So understand that you are getting a 50% rental rebate. Similar way, if you have 15 employees working with you, you will get 5,000 rupees as the salaries as disbursement as a startup benefit. Like if you're having an employee of 10,000 rupees salary, 5,000 will be given to you by the Government of India under the startup policy. And suppose you are doing into some kind of a this is, yes, Nisha, this is only for the startups, not for proprietorships. Very rightly said. I'll come to the benefits of the proprietor also, because that is related to the MSME there, not with the startup. We're talking today about the startup benefits. Clear, Nisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in this, when you're talking of a salary that's to be given, so if you have 25 employees and the government pays you 5,000 per employee, that means your burden is reduced. So you're getting rental discounts, you're getting salary discounts, then you're also getting a electricity connection rate as discounts. Like if everybody is being charged 1 rupee per unit, you will be charged 0.06 to 0.5% of the unit charges. That difference is also there. So understand that these benefits are being given to startups. When I say that, the startups have to be developed in such a way that we are able to get these benefits from the government. So most of you, I would feel, what I feel here is that are not aware of what a startup is and have never been registered as a startup. In case all of you are a startup, if not a startup, then you are doing a proprietary business. So I would like to also know as to how many of you are into some kind of a business, any business. Share with me. I'll accordingly share what benefits you can have from the government also, and what are how you can plan your business. Please go ahead, share with me as to what businesses you are into. आप लोगों का business क्या है? एक बार share करिए. You are a baker, Shilpa, wonderful. Your event planner, e-commerce, counseling.
Hi.
Teaching, proprietary, handloom and handcrafted online. Baker, gift hampers, skin products, artwork, BPO, home cater, fashion designer, online store. So majority of you are proprietor companies, not a startups. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So when all of you are a proprietor company, now I will go a little ahead of making you understand as to what all benefits as a startup proprietor company, not a Startup India registered company, as a business owner, startup business owner. I will rephrase it into a startup business owner as to what all you can do. Now, Shilpa is into Vastu consultancy also. Great. So now, here, all the proprietor ladies, the women entrepreneurs, I have a question. Have you ever been guided by a mentor, or have you taken any help by being a part as a mentee? Have you become a mentee to any mentor who can guide you, help you in your business?
No, ma'am.
No, Mamta, no. Okay. So first thing first, do one thing in your area, wherever you are doing your business, in the nearby premises or nearby cafe. You are doing a cafe business, okay? So what you can do is, yes, you have taken, Parul says that taken classes from Ran Malhotra, okay? So once you are take a mentor as your hand holding person. एक कहावत है ना, जब हम चलना सीखते हैं तो हम अपने माँ बाप का हाथ थामते हैं ना, पकड़ते हैं ना, गिरने से डरने के पहले, है ना, डर रहता है ना कि हम गिर ना जाएं, तो हम जैसे अपने माँ बाप का हाथ पकड़ते हैं, वैसे ही अपने लिए, जिससे बिंदु शास्त्री सेड आई हैव टेकन ट्रेनिंग, ऑसम बिंदु. सो आप ऐसे ही, ऐसे किसी मेंटर को कि अपने हाथ थामिए जिनके साथ आप उनको आगे बढ़ा सकते. ये क्यों चाहिए आपको? एक तो सबसे पहले जरूरी नहीं है कि कोई फिजिकली प्रेजेंट हो आपको, नहीं, कोई आपको बहुत ज्यादा पैसे देके भी किसी मेंटर को नहीं लेना है. आपको वो लोग सेलेक्ट करना है जो आपको गाइड करे, जो आपकी मदद करे, आपकी परेशानियों को समझे. अगर मैं हर इंडस्ट्री के आज एक लेके बैठूं तो बेकर को अपनी अपनी बहुत समस्याएं हैं, ऑनलाइन ट्रेडिंग करने वाले को बहुत सारी समस्याएं हैं. तो उन समस्याओं का समाधान कर सके, उसके लिए आप क्या कर सकते हैं? जितने भी ये कम्युनिटीज होती हैं जो कि स्टार्टअप और बिजनेस ओनर्स को हेल्प करते हैं, उस कम्युनिटी को ज्वाइन करिए. उस कम्युनिटी में लोग जब कोई भी अपनी एक परेशानी डालती है तो वहां पे आपको 10 चीजों के जवाब मिलते हैं. तो आपको एक अच्छा मेंटरशिप ऑनलाइन विदाउट एनी इन्वेस्टमेंट भी मिल जाता है. दूसरा, आप किसी स्पेसिफिक, could you suggest me a mentor in Kolkata? It is not necessary to be having a mentor at the same place where you are. You can have an online mentor also, because the name is not mentioned, it is only written iPhone, so I cannot name you, but we can have a mentor anywhere in the world. Then apart from that, we can always attend the industry events which are taking place, the conferences, the meetings. Like this cafe in itself is a platform where you can access to many events and startups. जितने भी परेशानियां होती है, जितनी भी चीजें आपको बढ़ना पड़ता है, तो उसके लिए हमें ये कैफे ही आपको बहुत सारी चीजों में मदद मिलेगा. If I talk about Nisha, Bhavika, they are experienced and they can guide you as to how to do the small nitty-gritties of business. Then join in some accelerator programs wherein that can help you to reach a different level. इसके अलावा आप जिस इंडस्ट्री में हैं, अगर मैं बात करती हूँ तंजौर वर्क में या बेकिंग के काम में, आप अपने इंडस्ट्री के किसी एक व्यक्ति को कनेक्ट हमेशा रखिएगा. जैसे बेकिंग में बात करते हैं तो बेकिंग में आपके पास आज बहुत सारी चीजें आ गए हैं. People have come into millets baking. People are developing new ideas. People have come up with general, not the sweet bakes, the savory bakes also. So understand that. Just a minute. There is a message that come up. Let me go through that. It went very fast. Deepika says that we strive to transform waste into wealth. Deepika, I'll answer your query in the last part because that will be easier for everybody to understand. Okay?
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
I'll sorry. And then when you're taking anybody as your mentor, understand that you're not wasting your time. You are getting yourself enhanced. Skill up करना है, अपने आप को डेवलप करना है, अपने आप को बढ़ाना है. अब इसमें इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आपका मेंटर ने तो आपको बता दिया कि हमें आगे बढ़ना है, तो हमें कैसे बढ़ना है, बढ़ाएंगे कैसे? पहला है एक रिलेशनशिप में ट्रस्ट एस्टैब्लिश करेंगे, उसके साथ साथ अपनी सारी समस्याओं पे बात करेंगे. टॉक अबाउट योर प्रॉब्लम्स, मेक अ ट्रस्ट विद देम एंड कीप दैट very important element of a mentor-mentee relationship. जब एक mentor-mentee relationship होगा तो आप उसमें एक दूसरे का योगदान करेंगे. We will be able to communicate better and you will be able to grow better. Then establish goals and share lessons that is being learned. I'll share a very good example that I have a mentee with me who is into millets cookies. she started with me as a millet cookie and millet products, biscuits and all. Then she's on her, like, because I being a mentor, I'm like always scaling up the business. She said, okay, fine. I am into a cookies show, but cookies will, how many days or how many packets will I scale? How will I scale my business? Then we sat down one day and decided on that, okay, fine. We are growing up. So now, not just the cookies, we will get into millet breakfast cereals. Now she started with the breakfast cereals. Okay, now breakfast cereals are ready, cookies are there. Then there is a lot many innovations we started doing. Then she started, said that, okay, fine, this is done. This is ongoing product. Then I need to grow up into the next level. Now she is doing softies from millets, ice cream softies from millets. And would you believe that it's such a super hit that she's not even having time now to think about any other things. That's the level of growth she has taken. So understand that whenever you're taking a mentor with you, he or she will only help you to grow. And when a mentor is telling you to take an action, take action. Don't think twice. Take action. You will always succeed. Because once you start taking actions, like I said, this lady is grown because she has taken actions. And celebrate the success when you're getting it. Don't delay it. कल सोचेंगे, कल पार्टी करेंगे, कुछ नहीं. आज आपको सक्सेस मिला ना, आज 10,000 का एक ऑर्डर मिला. Celebrate it with a small cake and enjoy that success. Don't let it go. Till here, am I clear and am I making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. This I have written as Madhya Pradesh. That's wonderful. This I have written as Madhya Pradesh, but it is not just Madhya Pradesh. It is also in all the states. This I have written as because it is Mukhyamantri. So it will be in some other name in your state also, in Karnataka, the same way in Calcutta also, or the same way in Tamil Nadu also, as well as in Kerala also. The first is the state scheme of the state. The state is giving that scheme of loans up to 10 lakhs at a subsidized rates. And this, there is no collateral to it. Understand that there is no collateral, nothing is required, and this 10 lakh is at a subsidized rate of interest. So this is one scheme. This is in MP, it is known as Mukhyamantri Mahila Yojana. In other states, it can be in some different name. Just need to find out as to what name it is there. It is up to 10 lakhs. Then there is this another scheme up to 1 crore with a subsidized interest rate of just 5% per annum for women. So for women entrepreneurs, this is again a scheme which is again collateral free. There is no collateral that needs to be given into it. Then if I come to the central government, there is this Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana, PMEGPY. So under PMEGPY, you can get a loan of 50 lakhs, not necessarily a startup. It is only the proprietary companies. Even if I'm only having a proprietary company, mine is a small bakery, then also I can go and take a PMEGPY of 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs, up to 50 lakhs, I can take a loan, and that is collateral free, and interest rates are also less for women. And there is a moratorium period of 6 months. You need not pay any interest or anything to the bank. Your installment starts only after 6 months. So this is the advantage. So one should always try to take advantage what the government is trying to give it to you. Then in this, there is also one scheme. This is changed now into the new name of Udyam Kranti. This Udyam Kranti, yes, Babita, these all schemes are available for LLPs also, startups also, anybody. Startups, there are much more benefits. But for this, because I found that majority of you are proprietary companies and doing your own individual business startups. So that's why I'm talking in that terms. For LLP also, the same things are available. This Udyam Kranti, there is a limit that you can go up to. Instead of 50 lakhs in PMEGPY, it can be up to 1 crore. So in 1 crore for a business women owner, there is no collateral and he or she can go up to a loan of 1 crore. And that is a huge amount for any business owner to start a business. Apart from all these schemes, there is one scheme, if you're like it is an LLP scheme, or if it is any kind of a manufacturing unit you have. Like I have one lady who is into manufacturing of fire extinguisher trucks. So firefighting equipments she manufactures, and her unit turnover is about 3 to 4 CR. So there is something called a CGTMS scheme, that is a credit linked guarantee scheme. So in that, for till 2 crores, there is no collateral. The interest rate is less, and it is also credit guarantee which the government is giving. So there is options. Here in short, what I want to tell you is that be it a proprietary company or be it a startup or be it an LLP, there are many schemes which the government of India is giving. It's only upon you as to how you take up these schemes and take the benefits. This, in short, I will talk about the benefits. This is for the funding for the startups. First is angel investors. Another is incubators, venture capitalists, crowdfunding, and corporate funding. First is I'll talk about angel investor. Angel investor is somebody like, I like Nisha's work, the kind of jewelry she makes, the kind of pitch check she gave me. So once I know that she's a startup, she's having a good product range, her pitch deck is very good. She wants a primary fund of say 2 to 3 lakh or 5 lakh rupees. Then if I'm an angel investor, I will invest in Nisha's business. Say that, okay, Nisha, I like your business and I like the way you're doing business, and I'm sure that you will be able to return my money. So I will give Nisha a loan, investment of 5 lakh rupees. And it is not necessary that I will charge any kind of an interest or any kind of an equity for it. Because after looking into all the Shark Tank videos, yes, Radhika. But Radhika, there they had taken equities. So they were venture capitalists there, and they are, Aditi, how to apply for these government loans up to 1 CR. I'll share my number, you share the details, I'll send you as to how to apply it. Because I cannot answer individually one-to-one, but I will surely tell you as to how you can apply and what process is it. Am I clear, Aditi? So in the Shark Tank, we all said that we've seen companies, startups getting funds. So these startups were getting funds because they were giving in some kind of an equity or some kind of an interest was being charged. So that is venture capitalist or funding part. This is angel investors who कहते हैं ना परियां हैं हमारी. एंजल्स मतलब परियां. तो ये परियां आती हैं और जिनको मदद की जरूरत होती है उनको पैसा देती है और उनका बिजनेस को बढ़ाने में आगे करते हैं. और ऐसे इन्वेस्टर्स हैं जो इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं स्टार्टअप्स में. दूसरा है इंक्यूबेटर्स, क्योंकि हर कॉलेज के पास आज इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स हैं. अगर आप एक स्टार्टअप है तो इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर में रजिस्टर करके इंक्यूबेटी बन जाइए और वहां से आप फंड्स को अप्लाई करते हैं और इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर को जो फंड आता है वो उसमें से आपको फंडिंग कर सकते हैं अगर आपका प्रोजेक्ट बहुत अच्छा है और आप अपना बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. तो फिर जैसे अभी हमने कहा वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट, जो कि हम शार्क टैंक में देखते ही हैं कि कोई बड़ा इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हैं और उस इन्वेस्टमेंट में हम एक पार्ट कंपनी का अपने लिए ले लेते हैं. जैसे मुझे निशा का बिजनेस अच्छा लगा, मुझे लगता है कि मुझे उनके साथ वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट के तौर पे जुड़ना चाहिए, तो मैं निशा को 1 करोड़ रुपए दूंगी और 1 करोड़ में मैं बोलूंगी कि आपकी कंपनी के 5% या 10% जितना भी शेयर हम नेगोशिएट करते हैं उतना शेयर मैं आपको लूंगी और इतने साल के लिए ऐसा रहेगा, और उसके हम विड्रॉल स्कीम्स भी हम प्लान करेंगे। फिर आ जाते हैं क्राउड फंडिंग। क्राउड फंडिंग भी बहुत जगह होता है, जहां के कि छोटे छोटे एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स, थोड़ा सा इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स, थोड़ा सा वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट, सबने थोड़ा थोड़ा सा फंडिंग किया हुआ, कुछ फैमिली वालों ने फंडिंग कर दिया, कुछ फ्रेंड्स ने फंडिंग कर दिया, ऐसे करके छोटे छोटे फंड्स आ जाते हैं, तो इसको हम क्राउड फंडिंग के रूप में कहते हैं। और कॉर्पोरेट फंडिंग, जैसे कि एक्सेल इन्फोसिस्टम्स है, इन्फोसिस है, या टाटाज हैं, दे डू अ लॉट ऑफ फंडिंग फॉर द स्टार्टअप्स। And let me tell you, these funding sources are majorly for startup, जो कि एक DPIIT recognized नंबर है, उनके लिए ये फंडिंग है। हमारे प्रोप्राइटरी फर्म्स के लिए किसी बैंक को या हमको एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स देखना पड़ता है, अन्यथा दूसरे फंडिंग इसमें नहीं आते हैं। कुछ हाँ बहुत अच्छा इंडस्ट्री होगा तो कुछ लोग सोचते हैं, पर अन्यथा ये स्टार्टअप्स के लिए है। कुछ स्टोरीज आपके सामने है, जैसे कि शॉप किराना है और उसने ओमान से 38 मिलियन का एक फंडिंग उठाया है। इट्स अ B2B प्लेटफॉर्म, बिजनेस टू बिजनेस प्लेटफॉर्म जो कि कर रहे हैं। एस्टेक टेक्नोलॉजीज है जो कि ग्राफम फोन और एग्रीटेक स्टार्टअप है जिसने 10 मिलियन भी एक फंडिंग उठाया है। फिर एक कबाड़ी वाला has taken up, it just takes all the kabad from all the houses, has taken a 1.9 million. And if I look into the startups in Karnataka, there are many excellent positive stories for startups to look into, and they have done it. Now, wow, what a perfect timing. All of you have 10 minutes to answer me your questions, but I will appreciate if it is asked in chat box one by one, so that I will know that, okay, one by one I can answer. So I can go, I'm ready for the answers, but all of you should be asking. Any doubts, any questions? I know there are many things. Parul asked me, ma'am, is it meant for business from service providers as well, like that of product-based businesses? Yes, Parul, it can be for the service industry also, but then your services should also be very clearly told. Like there is one industry called as the housekeeping services. That services is always looking forward to some funding or registrations. Yes, it can be possible for healers and Vastu consultants also. Banking and hampers, yes. Can a boutique be considered as a startup? Nidhi, yes, a boutique can be considered as a startup. Only thing is you need to identify something new into your boutique. Like I used to run a boutique wherein I had mentioned that it is a customized designer boutique with the stitching techniques which I used to use. I changed the stitching techniques. So I made it into a new idea and I made it as a startup. So it can be made into a startup also. Is there any age limit to get funding? Yes, Bindusha, there is an age limit. You know, Government of India says that, okay, after 60, you should take rest. So they say that, okay, say no funding from at the age of 60. Any more?
Anybody is having any questions, please.
How to apply? Aprajita is asking me how to apply. Could I know what you want to apply for? Aprajita, apply to what? Government aided loans. Yes, Aprajita, I'll share my number with you, or all of you can write down my number. That is 94-756 5555. I'm typing it across in the chat box also. 94-756 5555. Just message me. I will tell you as to how you can apply for the loans. Then there is a question. Is a salon considered to be a startup, Aditi? Aditi, it can be considered as a startup. Only thing is, in this salon, you need to make a point that there is something which is different what others are not doing. Like coloring, everybody does it. But in the coloring, you say that, okay, you use only organic colors, and that too on a very specific things. And this is the level of transparency you have. You make an idea that can be a part. Is a salon can be a startup. And let me tell you, if it is an organic salon or something which is a software based, that you can, like a salon industry, Urban Clap. Urban Clap is a startup. It's a salon industry, app-based salon industry. It's a startup going to be a unicorn. Am I clear, Aditi? So now, other question is, can students or person below 18 years be part of such startup? Yes, 18 years and below can be a part of startup, but they cannot make a company. So they need to have one adult with them. What is the way to return these funds? Which funds, Mamta? I would like to know which funds you want to refund. If it is angel funds, then it can be refunded only when you want to be refunded, when you are a successful entrepreneur. Otherwise, it is not needed to be refunded.
Right, ma'am. When you were talking about the funds which were like a group, like from the...
yes, that needs to be refunded, which you can, when you're in the group, you can talk to the company as to how many years you want that funds for.
Okay.
They'll give you at a minimal rate of interest, and some of the corporates, they don't even charge interest.
Right, ma'am. Thank you.
It depends upon them. Then I have the skin products. So what government scheme can I get? In the skin products, if you are a manufacturer of the skin products, maybe the creams or the oils, then you can go into the category of manufacturer, register yourself as an MSME. Here, many of you would not be knowing as to what MSME is, a medium scale enterprises, that is medium, small, MSM, mid-level entrepreneurs. MSMEs are like the small ones, the medium ones, and the small business owners. So they are the MSMEs. So in the MSME, when you register yourself as a manufacturer, there is a lot of benefits you can get it out of it. The next session which I will be taking, we will be focusing on the women MSMEs, the manufacturers of products, how beneficial this MSME certificate is. Like the Udyam certificate, what you call as, there is, hell lot of government benefits you can take it out from this Udyam certificate, which majority of the females are not aware of. So that would be in the next session, we will be talking of that, yes, what is the advantages a Udyami certificate can have or an MSME certificate can have. So Tanish, the skin products can be made into a government manufacturing unit and you can have many schemes taken into it. Then,
thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Does the government help in exports? Yes, as well. Yes, the government helps in exports as well. And in fact, there are many schemes. In fact, if I talk about it, in March 15th and 16th and 17th, there was a very large export expo, and there were 200 to 300 clients from outside India wanting to take businesses, purchase products from India. So this kind of a help and support. And if you have an MSME registration along with it, you are on the top. You can do a lot of business with them. Then can a mentor also help you decide if you should start your business as a startup of a proprietor? Yes, Nidhi, a mentor can help you guide in everything. If it want to be a startup or proprietor, how you want to be is all in your mentor's hand. He or she will guide you very nicely. So you can ask for the help and they can help you. Bindu Shah asked me, what are the benefits for ladies entrepreneurs for service industry like artwork, teaching, conducting classes? For the lady entrepreneurs, as I always said, if you are looking for any kind of a funding from the bank in anything, conducting classes, you want systems, you want artwork products to be manufactured, if you want any kind of an investment, if the government is charging 10% rate of interest, The women will be charged 7% rate of interest. That is 3% discount is there for women. If you're an MSME registered, for every industry, MSME registration is important. Any bit, it's a tiny industry. Even a milk parlor should have an MSME registration done and try to get the maximum benefit what is given to an MSME. Then, does the government help in exports? That I already answered. Thank you, Kirti, for telling me that we will be waiting for my next session. Is GST required for Udyam? No, Nisha, GST is not required for Udyam immediately. But if your sale is going high and if you really want to show a good turnover for your company, then a GST is always good to be had. See, whatever said, if you're buying and selling, if it's in a GST transaction, it adds on to your company's credibility. So it is always good to have a GST once you start transacting and start doing business. But for Udyam, it is not necessary. Udyam, it is only your, if it's a proprietary, then your Aadhaar card and PAN card. If it's a company's Aadhaar, if it's companies, then it's a PAN card and the address of the company, the certificate of incorporation. Is there any government help for someone running an art school? For an art school, if it is in a commercial basis, then there are no schemes running into it. But if it is on a social sector, there are social organizations that help the art school to progress. Am I clear, Mamta? Any other queries?
Ma'am, is it compulsory to have a DIN for LLP?
DIN for?
LLP.
Yes, the director's registration is very important because DIN is the director's identification number. So when your registration is being part of the ROC, that is a private limited company or an LLP, then the DIN is mandatory. Without a director's identification, you cannot make it. DIN and DSC, both are important.
So if a DIN, if I'm an LLP owner, and
Yeah.
Can I use my DIN for my new startup or my proprietorship?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
You can have at least 5 to 6 companies with you. There isn't any issues. You can be directors in 3 to 4 companies or 5 companies. There is no issues.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
Is LLP forming a very long process?
No, it takes 15 to 20 days of time. It is done by a company secretary and it is registered in an ROC. So understand that whatever registration you're doing, it has to be in an ROC. Then only it is valid. Okay. And Bindu says that it's an eye-opener session and a lot of important points are covered. Your explanation is fantastic. Thank you, Bindu.
Ma'am, are these benefits for NGOs as well?
See, NGOs are not considered to be businesses. NGOs benefits are a very entirely different thing. We need to talk on very different lines. That is a social sector. It's not a profitable or a commercial business. There are schemes, there are guidelines that we can take it up, not in the next session. Next to next session, we can plan something for the NGOs. Nisha, you have another task for NGOs also.
Sure, ma'am. Looking forward.
Yeah, then if running business from home, then can be part of the Udyam. Yes, Madhuri, even if you're running a business from home, you can get yourself a part of the home address given and say that this is my Udyam, and you can take the Udyam at the home addresses also. Radhika asked me any benefits for NGOs. I just answered that NGOs is a social sector, so we have to wait for that session. Poonam says excellent session. Thank you. Radhika, thank you. Parul, thank you. Always there, Parul. I can always connect and I can always help. In fact, we are planning a community for women. Any benefit in MSME for event planners? Yes, of course. There is a lot of benefits for event planners, but also in MSME. Once you are MSME registered, the event planners get a lot of more work, which nobody still knows that they can take more work from the department. So now I'll just close this. Always welcome, dear. So I can stop my share and see all beautiful ladies. Yes, now you can ask me anything questions. I'll stop the share.
Ma'am, I have a query that
Yeah.
this ODM certification is only for MSME registered firms, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else? Any questions coming to your mind? Thank you, Babita.
Ma'am, I have a question. Like,
Go ahead, Mamta.
Do we need a different bank account or a different?
No, not at all. If you are currently having a business and you're currently doing a business, the same account, you can use it. Till the time you feel that, okay, my turnover is increasing, that I need to have a separate account, then only go in for it. Even if you have a savings account, you can, if it's a proprietary firm and you have a savings account, you can do with that also. You need not make a different account. Yes, right. But वो 1 करोड़ से 2 करोड़ हो गया तो फिर वो अलग अकाउंट बना लेना, नहीं तो वो मुश्किल हो जाएगा. सेविंग में इतना पैसा कहाँ से आ गया?
Sure, ma'am. Sure, बिल्कुल. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bindu. Thank you. Wow, that's wonderful. So we had a good audience, Nisha.
Yeah, I think everybody has learned a lot. Chat box is really buzzing with lots of thank you messages.
Yes,
I'm really happy that
people are asking for, when are we going to have the next session? So
next session should be on MSME, because I feel there is a lot of proprietor firms, a lot of small industries. So let's focus on the MSMEs and the things, the small funding part also.
Yes. The whole idea is that I mean, aapne aaj jo bola, most of the things even I didn't know, despite being exposed to the MSME space and so many entrepreneurs. So I really felt that, only an expert can help us decode all the benefits, and we really needed an expert. We're sitting at home or sitting in our respective offices. We may or may not know. Just say I had shared that day. I mean, this is for all the ladies here. I mean, of course, the topic has not been covered today. But I mean, last year I had got 2 trademarks. Purvi is aware. मैंने 2 trademark लिया था and I had invested 20,000 rupees in it. And just somewhere earlier last month, I was 14,500 of that entire amount was refunded by the government, courtesy of these schemes. मतलब जो मेरे attorney के fees लगे हैं, उतना minus होके 14,500 was refunded by the government. It was all done by the MSME and the documentation was very good. सब कुछ online था. Even the trademark, the attorney was good. Receiving this reimbursement was online. Everything was a seamless process. So ये चीजें we need to know. For that we need who can actually direct us and help us know कि ये है scheme. Otherwise we'll be just, I mean, it's my money. It is coming back to me. Why not make use of it?
Very true, Nisha. And majority of the people don't know. I didn't take the copyright, patents and trademark is because everybody I need to first understand, make them understand what a copyright is, what a trademark is, what a patent is. So I said, no, that will take the entire time out.
Yeah, I know. The basics need to be in place first. True.
Yes. Well, we can wind it up. It's perfect on time.
Yes, we are very much on the time. We are very much to the point. It was a great session, very informative. And, mostly all the members are asking for another session. Definitely
we will have.
Definitely we are going to have it. And this was totally unexplored arena. We were actually not knowing anything about this. So that was very good. Thank you, Jayshree from the cafe.
Always welcome.
It was very, very informative session. Thank you, Nisha, for suggesting Jayshree, connecting us with her. Thank you, Bhavika. And we'd always like to thank Kavita. She is our mentor throughout.
Okay.
Cafe is always with us. Kavita is always with us as a mentor.
Many of us they are asking the numbers to be shared in the cafe group. Please go ahead, share the number. I don't mind it. But just whenever you message me, please write down from where and what's your name is, because there will be a lot of messages which will go unread. So please just mention it, because it needs to be understood. I will respond. Maybe I'll not be able to respond the same time, but I will respond. Nisha knows that. She leaves me a message. She knows that, okay, whenever I will see it, I will respond. Okay. So thank you so much. It was awesome interacting with you.
Can you share the PPT with us also?
Yes, I will do I'll share it to them. I'll share it to Nisha, and Nisha will share it with all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right, Nisha?
Thank you, Jayshree ma'am. Thank you, Jayshree ma'am, for accepting our invite. And I really look forward to more such sessions. Thank you, everybody, all the ladies here, for believing in us.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.